Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games, and today I'm playing Monster Train. And this time on Monster Train, I'm going to try again with the Spine Chief. The Spine Chief is the only champion, the only one of all of these champions that we have not yet Divinity Mastered. So we're going to try again with Spine Chief. Now also, we are going to choose the Umbra as the allied clan because with the Wurmkin, we have fought with every combination of Wurmkin and secondary clans except for the Wurmkin Umbra. The question is, do we use Plink or Shade Splitter with the Spine Chief? Honestly, I really don't know. I think I tend to like Plink more. And because we're playing as the Wurmkin, we really do want to keep our starting cards. Hopefully. So let's switch over to Plink. So we've got Fracture and Plink. We're on Covenant rank 14. We've gone up again. Minor bosses have increased health. That could be bad. Minor bosses have been a little bit of a problem lately, so let's see how they go. We start with Echo Infusion. I kind of like Echo Infusion, actually. Morsel, or Making of a Morsel to add Morsel Miners. And Revenge of the Damned to deal some damage, also with Extract. The Slay gives 2 Echoes, though. So that is a very good one to upgrade. Seraph the Diligent. The first spell card played each turn gets Consume. You know, of all of the clans, for that to be a problem for, the Wurmkin is probably not the clan. The Wurmkin actually likes the Consume cards. So, we of course have our Wormtooth, Talos, and Archus. Oh, we can even see that it's going to be the Sin of Shadow. Oh, interesting. And Soul Sucker. Okay, well, I had never looked at the fact that you could see exactly what you were going to see in Ring 3 and Ring 6 before. I guess I probably looked at it, but didn't know enough at that time to care. Let's look at our starting deck. We've got 2 Echo Infusions, 5 Fractures. Really don't like that we've got 5 of those now. The Plinks need to be upgraded, and the Revenge of the Damned would really get a lot of benefit out of being upgraded. And then, you know, the Train Stewards. The Making of a Morsel is, you know, it's not bad. But with only the Spine Chief, I don't know. Should we pick one of these before we upgrade the champion? Nah, let's upgrade the champion first. So I do kind of like the Infector, and I thought the Corruptor was actually pretty good. You know, with the Umbra, having the Corruptor might be very nice because the Morsel units get the benefit. Huh. I like that. The only problem is we really need ways to get Echoes for the deck that we have. We've got a couple things that have Extract already. We've got the Echo Infusions that have Extract, and we've got Revenge of the Damned that has Extract, although it does give 2 Echoes itself. I don't know, I really like the Corruptor with the Umbra. I think I'm going to go Corruptor. And let's see what we have in our hordes. So, Decayed Decoy, gain +1 stack of Reap each time it is applied. That is good with Fracture, and that's it so far. When a card with Consume is played, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. I do really like the Trader's Quill. It definitely helps against Seraph. We don't have any Consume cards yet. And then the Winged Indulgence is actually pretty nice. I think I'm going to take Trader's Quill. And the fact that it does nothing yet, it will do something at least in the Seraph battle, if not before, but most likely before. Shadow Box or Sketches of Salvation. Starting with Sketches of Salvation is very interesting. I like starting with this one because it really changes what you do with your deck. And if you get it halfway through, it doesn't really work, but if you get it at the beginning, that's great. So, Sketches of Salvation. Let's take it. And then go into the first battle. So, Guardians of Light, the enemy units enter with armor 10. That's, you know, it's not great, considering the Plinks and the Revenge of the Damned that we have. But still, we always turn on the first one. Getting a unit draft is pretty nice, especially with Sketches of Salvation. Alright, let's do it. Of course, we start with all those Train Stewards there. It's kind of nice because that means we don't have the Train Stewards in the deck. And it's really nice to not have the Train Stewards in the deck. So you get damage shield after Slay. You, unfortunately, are healing him, which we do not like. I guess we can play all of our cards, so there's no reason not to just play all of our cards at the bottom. I mean, I guess I could have played them at the top instead of the bottom, and that may have been a reason, but I think the Spine Chief of all the champions really likes being at the bottom because you're going to play your infused spells at the bottom. Anyway, we'll get our Morsel Miner, which will go in the back, and that Morsel Miner is going to deal damage because we are getting some echoes. So we're doing some damage. We're doing 25 and then you're healing 10. Still not great. Not great overall. You're going to get some damage this next turn, but still, not that much. So the Echo Infusion could be put on the Spine Chief. I don't know how much we care. And we have all of these fractures. Well, what do we do with this? I think we fracture the Collector. Oh, no, actually we plink the Collector. Because the Collector didn't get the armor. So it's the only way we can get morsels. Alright. So we play the Rebel Morsel down here, of course. We play 2 Fractures and an Echo Infusion at the bottom. I guess you are going to get to the top, unfortunately. Yeah. And you're going to get to the top, and you've got Extinguish. So we're taking some damage on our Pyre this first one. I'm surprised at how often we've taken damage on the Pyre the first time. But it happens. Now, you are going to die, because as I add Echoes, we will kill you, I think. Who do we want to fracture? I guess we don't care if this one makes it to the top, because it does not have the Extinguish ability. So we're going to fracture you, and you're getting 36, yes. Fracturing here should kill both of those. Great. Unfortunately, if I play the Echo Infusion, then one of those doesn't die. Both of them don't die this turn, but they should still die next turn, so I'm going to do it. Echo Infusion. Okay, so you don't die this turn, but you should die next turn. The Echo Infusion is important for the boss. Now, did we get something that can take out somebody up here? I don't think so. We don't really care about the middle floor at all. So we only care about the bottom floor and the top floor. It would be very nice if we could kill one of these units on the top floor. You're at 19 health? Man, I don't think we can win. We can defeat these right here. It would be best if we defeated the back one. because the back one deals more damage to the pyre. So, can we defeat the back one? This one is 10 damage. The Plink does almost nothing, but it does charge up the Reap. Let's start with the Plink. So, Fracture goes here. Oh man. We don't get it. We're one health short. If the Plink had hit you twice, we would have gotten it. So, since we didn't get that, what else do we do? Revenge of the Damned going anywhere else is not very important. I mean, we could kill this one, save 3 health on the Train Steward. Or we could hit this one so that even though you heal it up, it still gets killed in 1 hit from the pyre. Okay, that's the best we can do, honestly. And that extracted 1, so you get less from the Reap. Alright, so we do play the Making of a Morsel, of course. We play the Morsel Miner down here. We Echo Infusion to give you more health. And then the next turn we're going to fill up those Echoes again. So there we go. We got the 8 damage on the pyre. So how are we doing so far? We aren't winning so far. However, if we plink... So we could plink at the top and guaranteed get a morsel. That's probably good. But the other option is if we plink down here and hit that one, then we could use Revenge of the Damned to kill it. And that would mean our unit is dealing a lot more damage and taking a lot less damage. We only have 3 Ember. Is a Plink worth spending Ember on? I think it is. So, the question is top or bottom? If we go at the top, we also do a lot more damage because down here we could put the morsel and it would do damage once. It would do damage once and then the Spine Chief would eat it. I think we play the Plink down here. It hit Unchains the Sighted twice. Okay. Fine. That means Revenge of the Damned is not worth playing. So, do we play... We do play a Fracture. We're going to play a Fracture on you, of course. And then we either play another Fracture, or we play Making of a Morsel. Which one is the best? It's probably Fracture. Fracture at least wins. I don't know if it was technically the most damage we could deal, but it won. Great. So 8 damage taken. I didn't see a way to avoid that, unfortunately, but I tried. Echo Transfer. I like the Echo Transfer a lot, but we really need to stop having things that only extract. The Proclamation also extracts. Granted, the Proclamation has infused, so it only extracts 1. I think we take Proclamation. The other option is, because of Sketches of Salvation, we take Shelter. Is that a strong enough reason to take Shelter? Not really, but the fact that Shelter does 30 damage and this one does 50 damage... I don't know. I think Proclamation is better right now. So let's take it. Alright, Umbra card. The Prismal Dust. I do like Prismal Dust. I don't really care too much about packed morsels, especially because my second floor is going to be completely full the entire time. The Perils of Production is kind of nice. I think I'm going to take Prismal Dust. And then, this is a perfect deck to put Shadow Siege in, because we've got Sketches of Salvation. Alright. Alright, Shadow Siege. I found a reason to put you in a deck. Let's go. I like it. Alright. We really do need a Merchant of Magic. Merchant of Steel is not bad, but I think we really do need the Merchant of Magic to make the Plinks worthwhile. As well as some other things, but the Plinks being worthwhile is one of them. So the Crucible Collector would never gorge. The Morsel Maid would also never gorge. Huh. Problem. Neither of those really do that much. I guess we could take the Crucible Collector with the plan to sacrifice it, because that's a pretty good effect. I guess so. Kind of a weird take there, but sure. Freeze Stone is not bad. Power Stone is very good. What would we add Freeze Stone to? The Proclamation is what we would add Freeze Stone to, or Prismal Dust. Actually, Prismal Dust is a good option too. Let's put a Freeze Stone on Prismal Dust. And then Power Stone definitely goes on either Plink or Revenge of the Damned. Hard to choose, but I think a Plink first. Plink first. And then Emberstone. Lots of good options. Lot of good options. Something that we would keep in the deck. Maybe a morsel, Making of a Morsel. I mean, the Prismal Dust, it would be +1 damage shield. I think I'm going to put it on Making of a Morsel. Because the Making of a Morsel is nice, and Emberstone is one of the few things that make it better. So, let's go into the next one. We don't have enough money to purge a card. I'd love to purge a Train Steward, but no option. The Steel Slate. So, Aggressive Amulet is not too bad. I do want another unit draft. You are adding spikes. I just realized that a conduit that skips a floor that grants haste would be awful. We're not encountering it currently, but it would be awful with Sketches of Salvation. So I think I will turn this on. Get another unit draft. Oh no! Our gigantic unit didn't get put in the center. We got unlucky. One of the reasons why we really needed a Train Steward to get removed from the deck. Anyway, this Plink is pretty good. Let's play the Plink. It hit that one twice. Is that what happened? That was terrible Plink luck there. Alright, let's try again. Oh, the second Plink only did 1 damage. It still killed something, so I'm happy with what happened. But still, I was confused. We give you 10 health, so you don't die. Man, we're never going to play that one in this round. Alright, that collector is doomed. Very much doomed. So how badly are we dying currently? Not very much. So the Echo Infusion is fine. I want to play this Train Steward in front so that it dies. We don't really want it in the deck. So let's have it die. We don't really want it behind because we want to be able to play morsel units on the same floor as the Spine Chief. So we want it to just die. Then put a fracture on you. Put a fracture on you, I guess. And then put a fracture on you. Don't really like relying on fracture as much as we are currently. So we have the Proclamation, doesn't really do much of anything for us right now. We have Fracture, which doesn't really do anything right now either. So basically making of a morsel twice. And put them right there. The Fracture can go there just so that we have more echoes in case that ever matters. It could. We could need to play a Proclamation against the boss on floor 2. But let's see how we're doing against the boss. Alright. The Prismal Dust is not bad here. The Revenge of the Damned could get us some more echoes if we hit the Conduit Redirector. But also we've got Plinks that could do that. Let's see here. Do we play Plink? I think we do play Plink. We got unlucky with the Plink. We play Plink again. We got unlucky with the Plink again. Alright. Alright, that was not good. Not good for us. The Prismal Dust doesn't really do much, because it basically saves 4 health. The Revenge of the Damned could kill you, which would take away 5 attack every time, and take away some of the spikes. That seems quite valuable. It also gives us 2 echoes, which is helpful too. Okay, so now we're doing a lot more damage, and we might use the Prismal Dust next turn. Or maybe we'll use Proclamation to finish it off. We did not get Proclamation, and we don't actually need the Prismal Dust to win, so let's just click and turn and win. Alright, that one didn't go wonderfully, but it went fine. We get another unit draft. I do like those unit drafts, we just need to get rid of the Train Stewards. Another... Alright, we could get Shelter this time. We could get Echo Snare. Actually, let's get Echo Snare. It works with Trader's Quill. And honestly, having another infused card in the deck is not bad. Let's do it. Another Prismal Dust. I don't think we need another Making of a Morsel. I think Immortal Trade might be bad. It might be bad. Surely another Prismal Dust is not bad. Let's get another Prismal Dust. And then here's our unit draft. The Glug Cider... The Glug Cider is okay. It's an interesting thing to have with the Sketches of Salvation. The Shadow Eater... Shadow Eater is not great. I think we take Glug Cider. It's another thing that's interesting to have with Sketches of Salvation, I think. No, it's really not, because we can't guarantee that it gets put in the front, so it might just sit in the back and do nothing for a long time. Huh. Do we skip these? I think we skip these. We need to be more careful with what units we add into this deck. We could duplicate. Oh man, that's so interesting, because we could duplicate our ridiculously gigantic unit. I don't think we want to yet. I think it's an idea, but I don't think we want to until we've upgraded it some, which means I probably want to go to the left. So let's go to the left, let's click on this Wurmkin banner. The Shard Soul Carver. Shard Soul Carver's not bad. It's not bad. We'll take it. Let's see the Concealed Caverns. Hopefully the Concealed Caverns gives us something crazy. Well, a Pillar of Light, I believe, is crazy. So we could purge a spell, create 3 copies with unhinged power, or we could get the Nexus Spike to have the essence of 2 spells. And I don't think that works on X cost spells. I don't think so. So what spells are we talking about here? The Making of a Morsel, Plink. The Prismal Dust is what I think it doesn't work on. Maybe we just use this as a way to purge a spell. What spell do we purge? We want to purge Fracture. Okay, this is a really weird use of this Pillar of Light, but I think we're going to use it to purge Fracture. Because I don't think the Nexus Spike does much of anything with the spells that we could feed it. It would, I guess, if we could make Prismal Dust one of the spells, but I don't think we can. So we're just going to use this as a way to purge Fracture from the deck. One of the Fractures. So we purge this Fracture, we make 3 more which purge themselves. It's kind of a weird way to get rid of a Fracture. Let's see what's in here. So True Stone is really nice. True Stone is really nice on Plinks. It's really nice on Proclamation or Revenge of the Damned. I think this is a really good Revenge of the Damned target. Yeah, I think so, because we can tell it, you know, the piercing is really good, and with Plink, the randomness really messes up the piercing a little bit. But Revenge of the Damned with piercing is really nice. Let's do that. So we got a little bit of Pact Shards. Don't think I'm going to engage Pact yet, but I'm planning to at some point. Immortal Stone. These are not the things that I want with Sketches of Salvation. Do we re-roll immediately? I don't think we do. I think what we do is we purge a Trade Steward with part of our money, and then we use Battle Stone and Strength Stone on Shard Soul Carver. And then we really want more of these, more Merchants of Steel that have better options for us. Okay, this run is not going great yet. The Sketches of Salvation has actually hurt me more than it's helped me, kind of. At least in building the deck it has. So the Soul Sucker, Talos attacks every turn and applies Dazed on Strike. That's annoying. It's annoying. Alright, our monster unit ended up in the center with 3 Train Stewards, of all things. Alright, I guess that means at the bottom we're going to have Spine Chief and Shard Soul Carver, which is actually not a bad start at the bottom. We want to put which one of those in front? Oh, we can't fit both of those at the bottom. Okay. Well, in that case, who's going at the top? The Spine Chief could go at the top? I don't know. The Shard Soul Carver could probably survive the bottom better. Yeah. Shard Soul Carver goes to the bottom. And then we're going to fracture one of these. We could Proclamation. I guess it does help because it's infused, so it causes the Inspire to happen, even though it immediately takes away the Echo. And the Spine Chief is going to go at the top. Fine. At least we're dealing 200 damage, almost, or more than 200 damage to Talos the first turn. It's kind of nice. So the Crucible Collector, where do we want that? It's kind of bad everywhere because it can't gorge. Wow, this is such a weird problem. Alright, I think we're going to put the Crucible Collector at the top. No, because at the top we want to be adding morsels, I think. Yeah, the top we're adding morsels. So Crucible Collector is going to go at the bottom. We'll put it in front because there's no reason to put it in front, never mind. And then we will Plink. Plink helps everywhere, but Plink helps at the bottom the most. Oh, alright. It helped a lot. And then we're going to add... One of these could go in front in order to make it so that we actually attack with the Spine Chief, but I don't know that that's very valuable. Let's just put him in the back so the Spine Chief gets both of the benefits. And making of a morsel, we can't play it. I should not have played one of those morsels. I should have played a morsel miner instead. Whoops. That was a small mistake. Alright, Talos. So I actually think... I think we play Plink first, and then we play Revenge of the Damned on the one that it can kill. Which is that one. Alright. And then we could fracture... We definitely use the Purge fractures. And let's fracture Talos again. The only downside here, I think Talos is going to the second floor. And we have no way to kill this one. We could give you 10 more health, which means this one dies from the big hit. But what I really want to happen is I want to kill you, have Talos hit this Train Steward, and have Talos take 200 damage. That's what I really want to happen. I guess we could add a damage shield to it, and that would effectively do that. Ooh, I don't like the haste. So the haste we can get rid of with Echo Snare. Echo Snare would also kill one of these because of the Trader's Quill. Alright, so Echo Snare here. And that will prevent you from going to the top. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a Prismal Dust on the Train Steward. But before that, we're going to add Fracture. I could even Echo Infusion the Train Steward. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Because having the Train Steward survive is nice. But we would rather use the Prismal Dust down here. I think we would rather use the Prismal Dust down here. So let's do that here. Oh, I could have done it. I did not notice it was consumed. So if we had consumed it here, it would have killed the Forged Disciple. And I would have done 200 damage. Whoops. That was a mistake. I saw it after I did it, of course. So, Talos, let's continue to add Fracture to you. We will definitely do a Plink down here. And then we will play all of the cards. So if we're playing all the cards, we're doing Fracture. We're playing Making of a Morsel. We can put the Rebel Morsel in front and the Morsel Minor in the back. That way we're actually dealing some damage to Talos this time. I think we could have killed Talos if I had noticed the consume benefit there. I think we could have killed Talos before the Relentless phase this time. But in any event, we're killing Talos now. I'll do a Revenge of the Damned here because it's good, but we didn't need to. Okay. So what do I think of my deck so far? I think it's weird. It's hard to evaluate. Definitely not Wretch. The Shroud Spike isn't bad. Is the Shroud Mitosis better, though? It's going to be one of these two. I'm going to choose the Shroud Spike, partially because it has Consume on it. Oh, another Shadow Siege. Sure. You know what? Shadow Sieges. Shadow Sieges all the way down. Now, I think the Light of Seraph is somewhat pointless. I think Fell's Remorse might be pretty good. Take Fell's Remorse. Okay, we definitely want to visit the Unstable Vortex more than we want a Merchant of Magic. Definitely. So let's go this way. Let's see what our artifact is. We're not choosing Advanced Prototype. As much as Advanced Prototype is not bad, I really need those Train Stewards removed with the Sketches of Salvation. So Hammered Chestplates it is. Hammered Chestplates is not terrible. It helps more with morsel units. So 2 Train Stewards are leaving the deck, so that there's a much better chance that we get both of our 200 attack units in the center. And then let's look at what's in here. There's a Value Stone and a Purge Stone. Don't know how much I like having Purge Stone as an option. Let's upgrade the champion. So Corruptor 2 is something. The Decayer is decent. I think the Corruptor 2 is what I'm going to choose. And then what? Do we choose a Value Stone on a Shroud Spike or a Prismal Dust? It's not bad, certainly. Do we Engage Pact one of our units? Sketches of Salvation puts 4 units in the center. That's going to be currently Crucible Collector, Shadow Siege, Shard Soul Carver, with the problem that there's a Train Steward there too. If we sacrificed the Crucible Collector, then somebody gets Lifesteal 5, which is fine. Alternatively, if we sacrifice... We don't really want to sacrifice you. We could sacrifice a Shadow Siege onto our other Shadow Siege. I love it. I don't know why I like that idea so much, but I really do. Granted, we could sacrifice the Shadow Siege onto one of the other units, and it would be just fine too. But I think I'm going to sacrifice a Shadow Siege. sacrifice a Shadow Siege, add it to Shadow Siege. There we go. Shadow Siege is ridiculously large. Now we need Sketches of Salvation to always choose that one. Always. Always and forever. Do I want a Purge Stone? Let's probably hold back on Pack Shards. Let's check. We've got a Divine Temple. We've got Artifact. We've got a Divine Temple. Artifact. Yeah, let's hold back on these Pack Shards currently. And go into the next battle. So we want to... What do we want to happen? We would rather have one more unit in the deck. I don't know if we're going to get another unit. Oh, but we'll duplicate. Right. Enemy units enter with Spell Shield 2 is pretty bad with the Absolvers. I don't think I care about the money that much. Let's not turn on Ancient Hate. Alright. So our second floor is doing just fine. And we're going to put the Spine Chief at the bottom. Definitely play a Plink. Get some morsels in here. So... there we go. Right. This is ridiculously overfilled. I don't think anything's getting past that second floor. And basically what I'm going to try to do is have things die at the bottom, if I can. Let's see here. Collector. Collector we could do Fracture, or we could do Proclamation. I don't know, Fracture and Plink is probably what I'm going to do for the Collector. Yeah, Fracture and Plink. We don't get the morsels, obviously. And then this is not bad here, because the Consume deals some damage, and it definitely kills that one. Do we want to do this one? I don't think I want to extract 2 right now. We'll extract 2 later. By the way, some of our units are infused. Did they add their echoes? They did add their echoes. Great. So a Shroud Spike is pretty good here. We could do a Making of a Morsel and Shroud Spike. That would mean the Absolver doesn't die yet. I think I like that anyway, though. Making of a Morsel, put the Morsel Miner out there, use Shroud Spike. Okay, and that's it for this turn. We need to add some good upgrades to our gigantic unit, by the way. So we're definitely playing the Weight of Contrition because we don't want to take any pyre damage. This Revenge of the Damned could kill that Absolver. Let's do that. And then Echo Infusion, and a Prismal Dust, the one that doesn't have the Freestone. Okay. This is going pretty well. Pretty smoothly so far. We have not much. Guess we just do Prismal Dust. There we go, final wave. We're already winning. Excellent. We won at the bottom. Feel pretty good about that because my second floor is really the floor I plan to win on. So winning at the bottom anyway is pretty neat. So then, what do we get? Power of Knowledge is interesting. Broken Memories. Broken Memories is very interesting because of the Trader's Quill, and it's infused. Power of Knowledge is always pretty good. Again, with the Trader's Quill, it's not bad. I think I'm going to take Broken Memories, though. And then Forever Consumed is fine. Don't really like Emberforge. It would be terrible for Sketches of Salvation to add it in the center. And Feast is not that valuable this time. So, Forever Consumed or nothing. I think we do nothing. Skip. Okay. How do we get another unit? I think the only option for getting another unit is duplicating. I think so. Went back one too far. I guess the other way is Concealed Caverns. Concealed Caverns could give us a unit. I don't want to duplicate just yet. I think I want to go to the Merchant of Magic. And let's gain an artifact. The fact that the Pyramids doesn't do much for us is kind of annoying. At the start of the battle, draw until you have 10 cards. Makes the first turn pretty good. Teeth of Gold does almost nothing in this deck. So let's do Lost Luggage. Merchant of Magic. Surge Stone we could add to one of the plinks. Keepstone. Is there anything we want to play over and over and over again? The Making of a Morsel isn't good enough for me to think that one is it. Could be Proclamation? Could be Proclamation. We could play that one over and over again. Maybe. Let's get the Surge Stone. The Surge Stone goes on a plink. The Ember Stone goes on something. It could go on the other Making of a Morsel. Could go on Revenge of the Damned. Could go on one of the Prismal Dusts. Could go on Shroud Spike. Kind of like it on Shroud Spike. Let's put it on Shroud Spike. And then Holdover. I'm really considering the Holdover on Proclamation. There it is. Okay. I was really considering this on Proclamation. It would be a lot better if Proclamation had a Power Stone in it. I think we're going to not do that. Do I reroll? Do I reroll? I don't know yet. Value Stone? Okay, True Stone is very good. Let's take a True Stone. True Stone could go on a plink. Could go on Proclamation. I do like it on Proclamation. But how much better is it on Proclamation than just a Power Stone? Probably not much. Maybe a plink is the better place for this one. Make those plinks good. And then let me think about pack shards. So, we're going to have 15 there, 15 there, and we have another Divine Temple to go to. So I don't think I care about the Value Stone enough to take it right now. Let's leave it for now. So Merchant of Magic. I think we reroll. Another Permafrost. Don't mind those Permafrost. Another Surge Stone is not great. I guess it could go on the other plink. Sure, goes on the other plink. Emberstone, you could go on a number of things. Could go on the Prismal Dust. Put one on the Prismal Dust. And then another Freeze Stone could go on the other Prismal Dust. I think I like the Freeze Stones on the Prismal Dusts. Okay. That's okay. And let's go into the next battle. Mark of Invasion. Actually not terrible, since we have so many plinks. Yeah, let's take it. We know the second floor will be fine. So, what do we do in this battle with the Silent Marksman? I mean, we have a lot of ways to actually defeat Silent Marksmen, but we don't really want to put our Spine Chief in front of them. We could put the Spine Chief at the top, or we could try to deal with them at the bottom. Which, honestly, we might have no problem at all dealing with them at the bottom. Yeah, okay. Let's put the Spine Chief at the bottom. And then use... What are we going to do at the top? Because at the top are those? I guess I want... Plink, probably, at the top. Or we could take 6 damage on the pyre. Because this Plink could do good things down here too. We could do the Plink and a Prismal Dust, and then a Broken Memories. I think the bottom is going to be fine. So let's do a Plink at the top. And then we could do a Morsel Jeweler. Or actually, we could just do... Yeah, we could do a Morsel Jeweler at the top, along with a Magma Morsel, and then defeat that guy. It's something. It's a weird thing, but it's something. Because we want to play the Making of a Morsel down here, and play this Morsel Minor down here, definitely. So let's do the crazy idea at the top. These two, so that you don't deal any damage against the pyre. Now, we want to play a Prismal Dust. Yeah, we want to play a Prismal Dust here. Let's play this one. And then we play Broken Memories to get back the Prismal Dust and kill that Silent Marksman. And then Echo Infusion, why not? Alright, I think that we're going to do just fine in this battle. We've at least made it so that we don't take any damage on the pyre early. And I think our giant unit on the second floor should solve the battle. Ho-ho, putting the 2 Morsel units up there also meant that we got to hit the Collector. Great. Now, 50 damage is not enough to take you out. We could fracture the Silent Marksman, and then just deal with the overcharged tank, because the overcharged tank is not getting past the next floor. So let's do Fracture on the Silent Marksman. And then... do we play Proclamation? Or do we just play another Fracture? I think we play another Fracture. Because if we play another Fracture, you are going to get more damage that you are dealing. Let's do the Fracture here. So you're not dying. If we play the Proclamation, you will die. And then if we play Echo Infusion, we will have more health. Okay, fine. I didn't really have a plan for that turn before I started it, and I just kind of kept doing things until it looked good. So, Silent Marksman at the bottom. We have Plinks and a Shroud Spike. So let's play a Plink. This Plink is guaranteed to kill whatever it hits. So let's do that. Oh, it hit the back one, which means it killed all three. And we could do a Rubble Morsel, which is awesome because the Shroud Spike will give us a whole bunch of Ember, and then we could pump that Ember back into Prismal Dust. Alright, I like it. So, we're going to get a Rubble Morsel. We are going to Shroud Spike that Rubble Morsel. Get a ridiculous amount of Ember. Oh, actually it's not that ridiculous, it's only 8. And then we are going to Prismal Dust for 8. Actually, we could do 9. Why not 9? Alright, 10 damage shield on the Spine Chief. I think that is a good thing. We can Echo Snare, which would kill all of them. We could Revenge of the Damned, one of those. Sure. You are going to gain some with Harvest, but again, you die on the next floor, so who cares? I guess we're going to play another Prismal Dust, aren't we? So let's play a Revenge of the Damned. And a Prismal Dust. Great. We could even Echo Snare. We don't really need to Echo Snare. I don't think it does anything really, so let's just wait for it. Wait for another turn where it might matter. A Brief Respite. I guess we play Making of a Morsel, Morsel Minor, 2 Echo Infusions. And then we could Plink. It would consume this Plink, but it would give us another Echo back. Let's do it. Alright, and then I believe we should win at the bottom. Oh right, you've got Multi-Strike 5. So all of that damage shield doesn't actually do that much. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's start with Plinks. Those Plinks killed the 2 in the back. Wonderful. And then what? We can play all of our cards, so we might as well. We will Fracture you. We're going to play a Morsel Excavator and a Rubble Morsel. Or we play... Which one of those do we not play? I guess we play the Morsel Excavator and the Morsel Minor. And the Rubble Morsel holds back, because what is it going to do? Alright, and then we win on floor 2, which honestly, floor 2 is the one that we expect to win on with Sketches of Salvation. It's been a surprise that we've won on floor 1 so many times. So then, you are dying in this floor, surprise. Crushed. Alright, and we got our money. Apply Daze 3 to a unit and move it to the back. We've got Forgotten Trade. Forgotten Trade is not bad. I like Forgotten Trade in this deck. And then there's also Power of Knowledge. I like Forgotten Trade in this deck. Let's take that. Gem Trove. Ooh. That's not bad because you can add damage shield to all of the ones in the center. And it's infused. Don't really care about an Excavation Eruption. Yeah, let's take a Gem Trove. So then, I would really like that Merchant of Steel. Oh, and the Unstable Vortex. I want both of those, so let's go to the left. Very nice. Let's take the Forgotten Boons first. And then Merchant of Steel. Ha ha ha, Frenzy Stone. There we go. And we're gonna put that right on this guy right here. There you go. How amazing. Now, Echo Stone could go on the Crucible Collector. Could go on the Crucible Collector. I think it's a pretty decent one to put on the Crucible Collector, so let's do that. I don't really like the Battle Stone that much. Let's re-roll. See what we get. Endless. Endless is not what I wanted. I think I'd rather have Heartstone on this one. And I'm going to hold out for what else we upgrade on the Shadow Siege. See if we can get something, some rare one probably, that's really nice. One of the red ones is what I mean by the rare ones. And then let's take a Divine Horde artifact. Forever Flame units cost -2. That would be important if I did not have the Sketches of Salvation. Shade Lamp is usually really good, but do we really want that many morsels since we can't play them on floor 2? I don't know. The answer is possibly yes. And then the Golden Vault is not bad. We've done so little with the Golden Vault, and I've always thought that it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. I think I want Shade Lamp. And this might backfire, actually. So, I still want to remove a Train Steward. This is the easiest place to remove a Train Steward, so we're going to remove it here. That means that the center will only have 3 units. Not that that hurts it very much. But it does set it up for a duplicate on the Shadow Siege to be amazing. What else do we remove? Probably a Fracture. Yes. Okay, let's go into the next battle. So, Shattering Dark Shard is not terrible. The Blinding Dark Shard does basically nothing to us. Basically nothing. Alright, let's go. Now then. You know, the Blinding Dark Shard does something on the very first turn. That's the only turn that it does something, but it does actually do something this turn. So, ho-ho, we've got Plink. We definitely do Spine Chief first. And then we're going to have so many morsel units. I think we're going to have too many morsel units. Oh no. Maybe we play Revenge of the Damned instead of Plink, so that we get less morsel units. I think that's the right thing to do. So, we can't do that. We can't do that unless we play Fracture first. I'm fine playing Fracture first. Fracture the boss. And then we can play Revenge of the Damned on you. We got a couple morsel units, as expected. The first one, the Antumbra morsel, could go in the front. This is non-morsel, that's important. This could go in the front, so we take none of that damage. And then this goes in the back. And then we basically want to make it so that the boss gets damaged more. Fracture does that. And then if I did Plink, we would get morsel units. And I would have nowhere to put them except the top. Which I guess is what we do? I guess we do that. We'll get one morsel unit and we'll put it at the top. a rubble morsel. Instead of giving me Ember, you're going to take my Ember away. Because I'm putting you at the top. I'm putting it at the top to get it out of the deck. Okay. Archus, I wish you didn't have Stealth 4, because you would be taking a lot of damage right now if you didn't have Stealth 4. Down here, we do have a Plink, which is pretty decent. Do the Plink. We got 3 morsels out of 1 Plink. I think this is a problem. The Shade Lamp is a problem. Although, if we have more space, then I could handle a little bit more morsels. I don't know. It's kind of a problem. Let's do a couple morsels. Definitely a magma morsel. I guess I want a rubble morsel for next turn. Get more ember. Pretty likely to draw an X-Cost card next turn, since we have so many in the deck. And then Echo Snare we're definitely playing here. And then Proclamation. We could deal a little bit of damage to Archus, or we could kill this one right now. That would prevent sap on our Spine Chief. I like that. And then Echo Infusion. Okay, Shade Lamp. I'm thinking Shade Lamp was a bad idea. Shroud Spike. Shroud Spike is nice. And we got Forgotten Trade too. Okay, this is going to be a good turn. Alright, we got too many morsels. As that goes, we got too many morsels. Which one of these would we like the Shroud Spike on? We're going to do Forgotten Trade and Shroud Spike. We could give you a whole lot of life, or we could give you a whole lot of attack and life steal. Attack and life steal it is. So you go there, we're going to do Forgotten Trade, gain a lot of Ember, and then Shroud Spike to consume this one a whole lot of times. Great. Now we've got a very strong Spine Chief. Let's give it some health. I have morsel units in my deck, just taking up the deck. Taking up space in the deck. I don't like it. And Gem Trove adds 3. Oh no. I believe mistakes were made. At least we can play a Magma Morsel here. We can do Echo Infusion and a Prismal Dust, I think. Don't like that the Absolver is surviving here, but oh well. Actually, you've got 17 lifesteal. The Prismal Dust is kind of pointless on you. Let's put the Prismal Dust on you. Just in case that ever matters. Don't know that the boss is getting past the bottom 4, though. We did get a Weight of Contrition. Don't like the Weight of Contrition. We will play it. Get rid of that immediately. And then, boss is at the top. You've got Stealth one more time. What do we have in our Consume pile? We've got Shroud Spike. You know, I could get Shroud Spike back. I really like that. Get Shroud Spike for next turn. And then what? And then Revenge of the Damned on you? Nothing is going on there. Ignore that floor. We can play a Fracture at the top. And then we can play a Antumbra Morsel and a Magma Morsel. Or a Morsel Excavator, so that we get even more lifesteal. fairly good turn, except that my deck is filling up with morsels. I don't like that part. So we got the Shroud Spike. We can do Making of a Morsel and Shroud Spike. So that's really good, but I do want to kill the Absolver, and I don't get to do that. I guess too bad we don't get to do that, right? The other thing I could do is play Plink here, so that we deal a lot more damage to Archus. Don't think that matters. Let's do just Making of a Morsel and Shroud Spike. Making of a Morsel, Shroud Spike. Alright. Our unit at the bottom is very strong. And we keep feeding it morsels every single turn, too. So, play the Weight of Contrition, definitely. Proclamation could go at the top, why not? Let's deal damage to the boss. We can Plink at the bottom, or Plink in the center. Neither one of them really matter that much. So I think what we do is we play Prismal Dust, and a couple of morsels. I guess 2 morsel jewelers. Okay. I think we are winning. I think we're winning at the bottom, because our champion is gigantic. Yep, we're winning at the bottom. We don't even take any damage. I mean, we might take damage, we just have so much lifesteal we get it back. Alright, Archus has been destroyed. Gain 1 Ember or Echo slot. Or Kindle. Kindle could be amazing in the right hand. And considering that we draw Lost Luggage, the Lost Luggage draws until we have 10 cards, the first turn could be the right turn for Kindle. I'm going to take it. So, do we take Fel's Remorse, which is good for our deck? Do we take Herzl's Compound, which is good for any deck? Or do we take Light of Seraph because that would allow us to play morsels, more morsels on the bottom every turn? I think we take a Light of Seraph because the Shade Lamp made it so that we really should take Light of Seraph. Okay, so this time we want to at least do a little bit in the Divine Temple. And we want to duplicate a card. We definitely want to duplicate. So we're going to the right. Let's take the Forgotten Boons and then visit the Concealed Caverns. See what's in here. It is the treasure chests. So we could get more money by spending Pyre Health. I think that's definitely worth it. I'm going to take a lot. Great. That's money. That's money to spend on trinkets in the future, most likely. Oh, there's another hell vent. Okay, let's not look ahead too far. Duplicate any card except your champion. We are going to duplicate a thing that I like to call Shadow Siege. Go. And then we have enough pack shards that we don't need to take any more from the Divine Temple right here to make it all the way. I don't think I need any of these. You know, Value Stone is good, but I don't think we need it. And I'm going to be a little bit careful with Pack Shards, I think. Let's go here. Corruptor. The Corruptor is getting really good when we have so many morsel units every turn. Yeah, I think the Corruptor 3. I also really like the 105 health. Okay, do I go into the Divine Temple and take something? I think no. I think I want to be a little bit more careful than that, even though it might be the right idea. I'm gonna be careful. Okay, Living Armor. Well, we do a lot of damage. At the start of battle, units appear on each floor. I will do that. How about that? Mark of Invasion for 400. So, we're getting the Wilt Wings. The Wilt Wings are more annoying, obviously. Oh my gosh, we've got Kindle and Forgotten Trade, but no other X cost card. Alright. Not very great. The Purifier. Purifier is one of the ones that we hardly ever see. So, it's kind of interesting to see one. I think we do a plink at the top. Doesn't matter which plink all that much. Actually, if we do one of the ones that consumes, it will kill all three. If we do this one before we play anything else, we won't have space in our hand to put the morsels. So let's do this first. Do this first. We probably want to Revenge of the Damned you. I think so. So let's do... Oh, we don't have anything to extract. Well, that's annoying. I guess we have to plink down here too. Well, upsetting. Let's plink here first. So, the hand is full, we didn't get any... Oh, they didn't go to the discard pile. I thought they would go to the discard pile. Did they go in here? They did not. Oh, that's a way to limit how many morsels we're getting. All right, let's limit how many morsels we're getting. Great. 3 morsels. 3 morsels is plenty of morsels, as it were. So we did not get to do Revenge of the Damned, at least down here. But we do get to play these morsels. And I will. The morsels do a lot of damage, not that we need it. And then we could do the Echo Infusion. Echo Infusion. And Revenge of the Damned to kill one of these. We could plink up here, but I don't really want to because we can't put the morsels anywhere. Alright. Let's stop there. So Mark of Invasion, we got no damage at all, except for on our big guy there. The big guy has a lot of health left, though. Collector at the top. Interesting. And a pretty sad set of cards, honestly. Well, I guess we're going to do Prismal Dust. So let's start with Prismal Dust to apply a whole bunch of damage shield. And then what? We could get the Prismal Dust back with Broken Memories. We could use Echo Snare just to kill the Collector. I think I'm going to use Echo Snare to kill the Collector. That got us some morsels. We will play the morsels. And then we could Echo Infusion. I'm going to Echo Infusion here. Okay. Unfortunately, that Purifier in the back... Is his name Purifier? I don't remember. Purifier, I was right. Gave us this self-mutilation, which we will play, even though that means we can't play Gem Trove. Everybody's dying there. We're getting only 19 damage. We play self-mutilation, and then we play a Plink, hoping to hit this Purifier. We did not. Sad. I guess that means that we play Fracture somewhere. Does it matter? I don't know that it matters where we play Fracture. Just that we play it. We don't get to kill you with the Fracture, because that's not enough Reap. I guess we Fracture the middle one. No, let's Fracture the front one. That kills it. That guarantees that this one kills this one first time next turn. Man, those purifiers are annoying. Alright, we will play another self-mutilation. And then what? We could play a Morsel Miner and the Shroud Spike. I do like that. Let's do that. So Morsel Miner and then Shroud Spike. So now you're big and strong. We can also play a couple morsels even after that. Unfortunately, the Purifier makes it to the second floor again, but nothing gets past the second floor, so we're fine. Another self-mutilation to play. Although this time we could play Kindle, which I like. Let's play Kindle first. And then we play self-mutilation. And then we can play Prismal Dust for a whole lot. Fortunately, you make it again to the next floor, so we just have self-mutilations every turn. Oh well, we have self-mutilations every turn, as it were. I am going to add 8 damage shield. I do like giving my champions morsels every turn, honestly. Even though we are filling our deck up with morsels, which is not great, I do like getting morsels every turn for the champion. Alright, let's stop there and see if we win on the first floor or the second floor. Because it's going to be one of those two. We're winning on the first floor. Alright. There we go. Good showing. I think this deck is doing just fine. I mean, it is doing just fine, but I think the deck is not bad. And we are going to win. I believe in it. There's still a few things we can do to make it better, and I'm looking forward to that as well. Soul Cripple, Consume, Apply, Reap 13. Don't really care. Ambient Charge, Draw 3, Apply, Consume to draw on spells. I do really like drawing 3, but the Extract 3 is real painful. Total Recall. Total Recall is not bad. You know what? I think I'm going to take Soul Cripple. As weird as that is. Right? The problem with this one is that, even though it has Consume and that's nice, the Reap 13 just doesn't do anything against the Last Divinity. I don't think the Last Divinity is the problem. I think Seraph is more of a problem than the Last Divinity. So we're going to take Soul Cripple, put a whole bunch of Reap on Seraph. Do I take any of these? Feast is pointless. Excavation Eruption is just not that special, really. Not really. I could take it anyway. I will take it anyway. Part of this is adding cards to the deck for the Seraph fight, because it's going to add Consume to all the cards, to all my spells, basically. And the other part of this is, hey, if I feel good about the deck, maybe I can Divinity Master a couple more cards, right? Alright, so we're going to the right. Going to the right. I have some very interesting ideas here. Let's see how they pan out. Let's start by looking at our options. So, Merchant of Steel has another Frenzy Stone. Incredible. We are going to buy that. And we're going to put it on a Shadow Siege. Alright. So, that was really nice. And then we're totally going to duplicate that Shadow Siege we just added that to, right? Yeah, of course we are, right? Because all we have to do is remove one of the sad creatures that we have. Like, we could remove the Spine... Well, not the Spine Chief. That's our champion. We could remove the Shard Soul Carver or the Crucible Collector. The Crucible Collector's not doing much. Yeah. So, we are going to do that. But first, let's look at the Merchant of Trinkets. Ho-ho, X-Cost cards get +3 to their value. I've got a good number of X-Cost cards. Don't really care about the rest. We've got money, we're going to take that. And here's a good time to re-roll. I don't know that I want Winged Technology this time. The 3 magic power is pretty decent. We might spend our money elsewhere. Let's look at the Divine Horde next. Divine Horde. We do not want Abandoned and Umbra, although I don't remember seeing this one before. Is this the first time I've seen this one? Maybe, maybe not. The base charge is pretty decent. And then Refined Void is pretty decent too. I'm going to take Refined Void this time. Now then. Winged Technology and Tempered Talisman are the ones to think about here. Tempered Talisman above the other. Merchant of Steel. We only have one unit that could get something, so let's re-roll here. Endless. Endless is not what we wanted for that unit. Yeah, we don't really want Endless. So, what are we going to put on that unit? 25 health? Or damage shield 3? They're very similar. I guess damage shield 3 is what I'm going to do. Okay, and then what we do is we go out of here and we duplicate our most ridiculous Shadow Siege. The Multi-Strike 2, Double Frenzy Stone, Shadow Siege plus Shadow Siege. We're duplicating that. And then we go to the Unstable Vortex, and we remove the Crucible Collector, who's not doing much for me, and preventing all of my Shadow Sieges from happening on the 3rd floor. And then we can remove something else, which could be a Fracture. Could be a Fracture. Could be an Echo Infusion. Could be a Making of a Morsel, honestly. Actually, let's do that. Let's remove one of the Making of a Morsels, because we don't need that many sources of morsels. And then what? These cannot go on any of the units because we have exactly 4 units and they're all upgraded. So let's spend the rest of our money in here, which we can do by getting everything. Buy everything. Alright, now that we've bought everything, let's move on. Seraph the Diligent. So the first spell card played each turn gets consumed. I'm going to have to remember that. That's the hard part, is remembering that. Alright, so the center is ridiculous. We have Vengeful Shard. We've got a bunch of Vengeful Shards in the deck. We don't like that. We can get a ridiculous amount of Ember. A ridiculous amount of Ember and apply a ridiculous amount of damage shield this turn, which I guess we should. Why not? The only thing that we should do is actually play some of these cards before we do all of that. So we play the Spine Chief. Now, we don't want this to consume, so we should play Echo Snare somewhere because it consumes naturally. I guess we'll play it on Seraph the Diligent to apply 2 Reap. Start the Reap train a little early. And then we play Revenge of the Damned, which costs 1, but we're going to get that back with Forgotten Trade. Oh, never mind. We need to spend something first. I don't really want to play Broken Memories for Echo Snare, I don't think. I'd rather play it for Kindle. So let's do the Plink. Plink didn't hit either of those at all. Okay. Well, now we get to do Revenge of the Damned. And then we can do Forgotten Trade to get more Ember than we started with. And then Kindle to get a ridiculous amount of Ember. And then we play Vengeful Shard to get rid of it. We play a Fracture on Seraph, of course. We can play both of our Morsel units, so let's play those. And then we play Prismal Dust, applying 17 damage shield. Nice. Next, do we get our Kindle back? I think we do get Kindle back with Broken Memories. But we're going to play that up here so we deal the damage to Seraph. So we're getting Kindle. Good. So Spell Shield, interesting. Of course it didn't get the Spell Shield because that was an artifact that hit it. But still interesting. $17 damage shield on our bottom unit there. Our middle floor has a ridiculous number of space taken. Unfortunately, the Kindle did not show up at a time that another X-Cost card came up, so we're not going to play it. Instead, we could play Excavation Eruption at the bottom, which should give me Ember back. Let's do that. Gave me Ember back, and it gave me some morsels. So let's play the morsels. And then we've got everything that we need for playing the rest of our cards. I guess we play Fracture on Seraph. And then we could play Gem Trove here, but we would get more morsels than we can play. I think we still do. Apply damage shield to all of these units. And then we got a Morsel Miner, so let's play that one. Great. I like that the stealth is going down on Seraph. Don't really like that Seraph started with so much stealth. Now, we've got the Shroud Spike, but we don't have any morsels right now. We should be able to get morsels with these plinks. So, that did give me morsels. Do I play the other plink? Because getting rid of that purifier is really nice. Although the morsel unit should get rid of the purifier. Let's give the magma morsel the Shroud Spike 14 times. Alright, that's ridiculous. Alright, so our Spine Chief is pretty strong. And then the morsels are going to make it so that it's tough too. And then also this Echo Infusion. Alright. Seraph, if only you did not have stealth, we would be dealing you a lot of damage. Ooh, I definitely want to kill that, and the only way to kill it is with Proclamation. We're going to do that, because I don't want it to take damage on the pyre. So Proclamation it is. That gives me some morsels. We're going to play Vengeful Shard, get rid of those. We're going to play Soul Cripple on Seraph. And we are going to play the rest of these cards. Put out some morsel units. Alright, you are actually making it to the next floor, which is a surprise. But you will not make it past the second floor. There's a lot of units ready to hit you there. Alright, you still have stealth, which is why you're not taking a ton of damage right now. I don't think we have a way to get rid of this purifier unless the plink hits it. But we might be better off playing plink here so that we get more morsels. Hard choices, actually. Let's play the plink here to get more morsels. That way, when we have 3 morsels, we're going to be dealing enough damage to kill the back one. And of course we play the Vengeful Shard. So I don't want to play the Echo Infusion because that would make it so that we don't kill the back one here. I guess we'll play Echo Infusion here. And be done with this turn. This battle is going extremely well. It was the one that I said I was worried about, and it's going so well. Oh, we got Kindle. Alright. So, let's play Kindle first. Gain a ridiculous amount of Ember. We've got 14 Ember now. Now we can play the Vengeful Shards. The Vengeful Shards, the Revenge of the Damned to kill you. And then some morsels. An Echo Infusion. And a Prismal Dust to apply 15 damage shield. Let's go. Alright. I am very surprised, actually, that our deck is winning on floor 1 so effectively. Even though we built a deck, you know, we made it so that floor 2 is the ridiculous floor. But we still win on floor 1 a lot of the time. We're going to Fracture Seraph, of course. And then play some morsels down here. I am going to play Making of a Morsel so that we can use the Morsel Miner. Which one of these do I care about? I guess we're going to do Rubble Morsel and Umbra Morsel. Now then, Seraph no longer has stealth because it's the final wave. Are we winning already? We are not winning already. And we have a pretty bad hand to do any better. So let's see here. We do play the Magma Morsel here. And we do play a whole bunch of Fractures on Seraph. The Echo Infusion. The Echo Infusion is going to go on floor 2 again. I think we want the Echoes down here. Alright, so we did not win on floor 1. However, we got pretty close to winning on floor 1. We drew a relatively bad hand that particular round, and we still did quite well. So, Seraph, you get destroyed on this floor. We're going to play the Vengeful Shards, though, so that we don't take fire damage. Alright. Seraph destroyed. Now for the Last Divinity. And I think the Last Divinity will get destroyed very quickly, because we're going to be dealing damage on floor 2 the entire fight. So on floor 2, how much damage is the Last Divinity taking the first turn? 2,115. Holy cow. I think we're gonna win this one really well. Okay. We also get to do the Spine Chief down here. We get to do Kindle. This is a fantastic first turn as well, because we're going to play the Making of a Morsel to put a Morsel Miner down here. We're going to Shroud Spike that Morsel Miner, but we're going to do that after we play Plink. Holy cow. Alright, this turn is ridiculous. So we're going to Shroud Spike the Morsel Miner 34 times. There we go. Now we have a ridiculously large unit at the bottom. And then we'll play some morsels. And you know what? What can we do? Can we kill that unit? Yes, because we've got the Proclamation. So we play Broken Memories, I think, first. Broken Memories gets back... Do we get back Shroud Spike? Or Kindle? Shroud Spike. And then we play the Proclamation to kill this unit. And then we put some morsels behind our unit there. So a Rubble Morsel and a Rubble Morsel. Oh, we should put one in front because it has the damage shield. Great. And then we're going to play the Prismal Dust here to add damage shield. That will also mean that we're dealing 452 damage to the Last Divinity on the bottom floor. Okay, we're gonna win this battle next turn. Next turn. Alright, I was right to worry about Seraph more than the Last Divinity. But, still, the fact that we're already winning is ridiculous. I love it. Alright. We just beat the Last Divinity on turn 2. 8-turn boss rush. 21,000 for this one battle. I think this is going to be my highest scoring deck. We'll see. So, most importantly, well, I mean, I guess this is important too. Covenant rank 15. I was expecting this one, so we're going to have 5 copies of both of the starter cards. We don't like that. We Divinity Mastered 4 cards this time, including the Spine Chief, which was the goal of this time. And you know what? We Divinity Mastered 2 of those cards only because I knew I was winning, and so I added them to the deck at the end. Our win streak went up. We, of course, Divinity Mastered a couple cards. Lifesteal applied 93. Previous best was 83. Interesting. This doesn't seem like the deck that would have added lifesteal that much. Oh, but that one time that I Shroud spiked a morsel unit that applied lifesteal. Right. Anyway, 69,800 is a huge number for this game, I think. That was a very good run, and at this time we have Divinity Mastered every one of the champions. So one of my major goals has been completed. In this run, I Divinity Mastered 4 more cards, 2 of which were mastered for the first time. I now have Divinity Mastered over 150 cards in Monster Train. On the right, I am featuring 2 of the more elusive enemies. The normal enemy that I have the least number of kills against is the Purifier, and I was glad to register 10 more kills this run. Seraph the Diligent is the enemy that I have the absolute least number of kills against, and at least we got 1 more this time. On the left, I am featuring our champion, the Spine Chief, who I Divinity Mastered this episode. Glad to have that accomplished. And of course, I am also featuring Shadow Siege, which I played with for the first time this run. I took 2 of these, sacrificed 1 to the other, and then duplicated that twice. So I sort of had 6 of them in my final deck, only playable because of Sketches of Salvation. Sketches of Salvation reached the 10 battle threshold this run, and it was amazing with the Shadow Sieges. The Lost Luggage draws 10 cards in the first turn. This was my first run with the Lost Luggage, and it really made my first turn, my setup turn, amazing. Together, these 2 artifacts allowed me to play a very large number of cards my first turn. I have a lot more detail in my tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.